First of all, let's start with some of the basic gear that I have. We're going to be focusing on the Mjolnir Gavel. It has a lot of good damage, but it has a lot of requirements. So we have 412 strength requirement, 300 intelligence requirement, 15% reduced enemy stun threshold, 116 increased physical damage, skills chain one time, 300 intelligence requirement, 200 strength requirement. It looks like those ones are a little bit different from the actual requirements, but and we have the trigger a socketed lightning spell on hit. Socketed lightning spells deal 100% increased spell damage if triggered, 30% increased lightning damage with attack skills. That means we could literally put 3 different lightning skills in Mjolnir, and every time we hit the enemy, it would trigger those socketed gems. But I decided I'm going to rather only have one skill, focus on arc, and then link it with increased lightning damage, penetration, and all that. Because I thought that would be a little bit better than having multiple weak spells, having one strong spell. Now, as for my build setup, I have a gold rim hood just for some good resistances. Then I've got a shield, also some good resistances on my Sappho's frame. Then I've got good red blade tramplers just for some nice resistances, but also some good move speed there. And we also have a belt just for some basic good resistances and good stats all around there. And then Meganord's Vice for that 100% or 100 strength, which is what we need to have the stats for Mjolnir. Then we just got some rings with some elemental resistance on it. It's not too big of a deal. You can have whatever rings you want. Then some intelligence on that amulet for the intelligence requirement. And yeah, that's it for the gear. As for the links, I have arc with lightning penetration and innervate support. Then I've got a Herald of Thunder and faster attacks linked to my leap slam. Faster attacks faster attacks linked to my shield charge, and then also my summon lightning golem. And lightning golem is going to be boosting my attack speed and cast speed, so that'll be really good. Um, then for my specifically for my mapping, I have the cast on death linked with the portal gem because sometimes I don't get the portal up in time, and so that allows me to jump right back into the map wherever I was. And then I've got vitality just for some more regen. Got another portal, but what this portal is actually like a usable portal opposed to cast on death. So 2 different portals that I can use. Then I've got a physical to lightning support, and then a mana leech, and a life leech linked to my cyclone. And the cyclone is the main thing we're going to be using. Shield dash and cyclone are the 2 powers that we're going to be using to proc our arc from the Mjolnir attack. Now, we also have on the cast 1 damage taken, so we're using a Warlord's Mark along with a Immortal Coal setup, but we also have an additional Blade Vortex, so that just allows us to have a little bit of breathing room when we get attacked, and so that'll activate with the Immortal Coal whenever I take too much damage. Then as far as flasks, we have a Lion's Roar to give us that 300 armor, but a little bit of a knockback, that's helpful as well. We've got a nice Alchemist Basalt Flask of Staunching, and that removes all the bleeding, which is very helpful on our flasks. We've got a little bit of extra damage and armor from the Sulphur Flask, and then 2 bubbling Eternal Flasks, which are really helpful for boss fights, and also for when your health gets low, you just pop that up, and your health shoots right back up. As for the actual skill tree,